Obsidian Flames is almost here, and I'm going through every card in the set. Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon, and here we play Jank. And I've been going through the whole set, one type of card per day. So I went through Grass, then I went through Fire, then I went through Water, and now we are on Darkness. And Darkness brings the money card, right? It brings the card that the whole set is named around. I'll give you a second. Obsidian Flames. What do you think? And it's the first card on the list for dark type Pokemon. Should we jump into it? It's Charizard EX. Printed as a Terra type Darkness Pokemon. And it uses fire energy, which is so cool. I think that is the most unique aspect of these Terra type Pokemon is that they can be a different type and use the original energy. Fantastic idea. Absolutely love it. Let's check out how good Charizard EX is, because I'm betting it's good. Ability. Infernal Rain, sorry. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic fire energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. Wow. That's good. That is so stupidly good. Yeah. You get to search up to 3 fire cards, energy cards, and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. It sets itself up, and it looks like it does good damage for 2 fire energy, Burning Darkness, 180 damage plus 30 damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. This is a stage 2, 330 HP 2 prize Pokemon. That is so freaking good. The only thing I can say about it is that it's weak to Grass. Because, about frickin' time, right? Grass will be able to hit Charizard for weakness. And, yeah. So, 340, that comes down to 170, right? So you need to hit 170 if Grass type to KO Charizard. Okay. So, obviously, Charizard EX is a phenomenal card. And I don't think there's any arguing that. And part of the reason why it's phenomenal is that there's already some decent Charizards out there. Right off the gate, I can think of the Pokemon Go Charizard, which doubles all fire energy out there, right? And so, Charizard EX can help you set up other Pokemon. And those other Pokemon could be other Charizards of fire typing. And that could mean that you can hit for both darkness and fire weaknesses in one deck and be built to function because of this Infernal Rain ability. Be able to function that way as well. It's just a phenomenal card. I don't know what else to say. It is phenomenal. It is so good. Yeah. Charizard EX. It's good. It's really good. Next, we have Paldean Wooper. For a single darkness energy, spit poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Okay. Couldn't it have been like 10 damage plus poison? 10 damage plus poison, you would have had me. But just poison? Okay. Paldean Wooper, another one. Darkness energy, colorless energy, 30 damage. Meh. Very much meh. I would play this one. The poison effect is just, in my opinion, it may not get you to 30 damage, but it's as simple as attach an energy, boom, you're poisoned. I do like that aspect compared to the 2 energy, 30 damage on a evolving basic, right? You don't want this Pokemon in play for more than 1 turn because you want to evolve it by then. Speaking of evolving it, we have 2 Paldean Clogsires. Nice! The first one, single darkness energy, poison ring, 20 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. During your opponent's next turn, that Pokemon can't retreat. Nice. I like the fact that traps the opponent in the active, sort of, and also hasn't poisoned. The 20 damage is a little low for a stage 1 Pokemon that doesn't evolve, but I get what they're going with, and it's a nice little synergy, just not powerful enough. Sorry, I think it was a piece of hair or something. Not powerful enough to actually do much. So for a Darkness double colorless, 100 damage, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Still just not too impressed. That attack just doesn't do much for me. Let's check out the other Paldean Clogzyre though. Single Darkness Energy, splattering poison. Both active Pokemon are now poisoned. Why? Why? Paldean Wooper has a better single energy attack than Paldean Clogzyre. What? Sorry. Darkness double colorless, Venoshock, 80 damage. Plus, if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, this attack does 120 damage more. That's 200 damage. Okay, you're probably using double turbo energy, so that goes down to 180 damage. But your opponent's Pokemon has to be poisoned, and Paldean Clogzyre EX is the best way to poison your opponent's Pokemon, right? So, I can see the synergy between those two, right? Between Paldean Clogzyre and Paldean Clogzyre EX. I can see the synergy there. And I don't think it's bad, necessarily. I just don't like that first attack. Leaving yourself poisoned as well as your opponent is worse than just poisoning your opponent. I don't understand why Paldean Clogzyre has a worse single energy attack than Paldean Wooper does. Whatever. Oh well, those are the Paldean Clogzyres. Let's move on to Umbreon. Umbreon. We kind of expected this to pop up when we saw the Espeon in the Sidekicks video. So, for a single Darkness Energy Feint attack, this attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay. It's okay. With Manaphy running around, 50 to the bench just doesn't seem reliable enough to make this good. And then for Darkness double colorless, Pitch Black Blade, 140 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. Even if it didn't have the limitation of this Pokemon can't attack your next turn, I don't think that would be noteworthy. It's basically Darkness double colorless, 120 damage, because you'd probably be using a double turbo energy for it, which means 20 less damage, which means that it's only 120, and that's just not good enough, in my opinion. Umbreon, not really impressing me, and so far, the two Eevee evolutions don't really give me much reason to play Eevee and its evolutions currently. Maybe something will change in the future, though. Both these cards really feel like there is a card coming, like an Espeon EX or an Umbreon EX coming, that then it will be able to make a deck, and these will be decent alternate attackers to that Pokemon, right? Or a type change-up, or maybe you play both Umbreon and Espeon EX, and then you play both Umbreon and Espeon, and you can just kind of flex into whatever you want with Eevee. That's kind of the deck that Eevee's been begging for forever now. I'm still not seeing it delivered, but maybe in the future it will be. Now we've got a couple of Houndour. First one, Darkness Energy, 10 damage. No one cares. 3 Darkness Energy, 70 damage. That is really difficult to get 3 Darkness Energy on a Houndour, and then you're doing 70, and it's not like 70 is bad for an evolving basic. It will knock out an opposing Houndour, because Houndour has 70 HP, but it's just a lot to ask for, I think. And just basically pretend this attack doesn't exist, because you're never going to use it, right? And the off chance you do use it, I don't think you're like, oh man, this 70 damage attack is going to change the game for me. Like, unless it's getting you a key KO sort of thing, and you just got that Houndour down, or you just can't find Houndoom. I guess it depends on how good Houndoom is, right? So the second Houndour, single darkness energy. For each of your benched Houndour, search your deck for a dark energy and attach it to that Houndour. Then shuffle your deck. Okay, that's interesting. I like that a lot. Darkness colorless, focus Fang, 30 damage, flip a coin, if tails the attack does nothing. Ah, that's too bad. We've seen 2 energy, 30 damage, period. Having it 50% of the time not doing anything is just bad. But that the first attack on the second Houndour is interesting. Let's see what Houndoom brings. Oh, there's a Houndoom EX. That will bring us something. But first, the Houndoom. Darkness, colorless. 50 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, this attack does 70 more damage, so that's 120 for 2 energy. Okay, not bad. Darkness, colorless, colorless, Shadow Slash, 130 damage, discard an energy from this Pokemon. Is 130 damage so good that you have to discard an energy from this Pokemon? It's only 20 more damage than the attack above it. No, 10 more damage. I'm sorry. Bad at math. 10 more damage. Aw, man, I don't like that Houndoom. Maybe the Houndoom EX is good. So, 2 Darkness Energy, Evil Claw, 90 damage. If the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. That's a situational attack, but I like it still. Because if you ever run into a deck like Orthworm, where they're focused on a basic attacking Pokemon, that just shuts them out of the whole freaking game, right? So that's pretty good. And then for 3 Darkness Energy, 220 damage, this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. I don't think it needs to do 30 damage to itself. It just needs to do the 220, and it's fine. I mean, the whole doing 30 damage to itself isn't a deal breaker, but why? Why, oh why? 3 Darkness Energy. That's a lot of, that's a lot that's asking for, right? So, sorry. Yeah. So, what's the point of dealing 30 damage to itself? Still, I do think Houndoom's good. This Houndour, the one that accelerates a bunch of energy, is going to be a lot of fun to play, especially with Dark Patch in the format and everything. That Houndoom EX is going to be fun to play. Is there a Fire Houndoom to flex into? Because if there is, that could also be a lot of fun. So, keep that in mind. Maybe play some Luminous Energy, you know? Absol EX. 2 EXs in a row. How lucky are we? Darkness Energy Future Sight. Look at the top 3 cards of either player's deck and put them back in any order. That's fun. That is a fun attack. You can try to push cards that your opponent wants further down in their list, especially if they have a bad start and you start Absol EX. It could just be you're going to draw nothing. You're going to draw nothing. Oh, guess what? You're going to continue to draw nothing, right? Eventually, you're going to have to give them something that's useful, but I really like that attack. It's very interesting. And then for 2 Darkness and a colorless, Cursed Slug. 100 damage. Plus, if your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in their hand, this attack does 120 more damage. So, 220 damage, but your opponent has to have 3 or fewer cards in hand. How do you make your opponent have 3 or fewer cards in hand? I can't think of a way. Without using some cards, to try to manipulate your opponent's hand. And even then, I'm blanking on what those cards could be. So, that's interesting. Absol is probably not going to be good. But some brilliant person is going to make it work. And I know I'm going to try to make it work, but I don't think I'll be able to. But Absol EX is spicy. I love it. I love Absol EX. Definitely Jank worthy, right? Next up, we've got Darkrai. So for a single darkness energy, 20 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Not bad. Huh. And 2 darkness and a colorless energy, Night Cyclone. 120 damage. Move all energy from this Pokemon to your benched Pokemon in any way you like. I would rather have it say you may move, or you may move any number of energy. Moving all the energy from this Darkrai, you have to be in a situation where it is smart to use Darkrai to do 120 damage, move all that energy off, then Darkrai is going to probably get KO'd, right? Because you're not accelerating 120 damage to Darkrai that fast. So, yeah, Darkrai's just not doing it for me. I don't think it's going to be interesting, and it's such a situational play. Too bad. Sorry, Darkrai. Moving on to Inkay. Inkay, darkness, colorless, 30 damage. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. So it's 2 energy, 30 damage, plus a bonus. Inkay's kind of leading the pack right now for the 30 damage, 2 energy mark, right? I mean, we've seen 30 damage for 1 energy, but this is 30 damage, 2 energy, but a bonus. So I'm accepting it, Inkay, for sure. Malamar. Ability, Side Vision. Once during your turn, you may use this ability. Look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Then look at the top card of your deck. Is that really important? Is that really important? Does that really change much? I don't know. Be able to look at the top card of your deck. I don't know. I guess, I mean, you could... Okay, this is a stretch, but you could combine it with, like, Camera Up, who discards the top card of both decks, and for each energy discard this way, does 100 more. But, like, I just don't think it's going to work out. I don't know. And then for a dark, double colorless, Hypnotic Ray, 90 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon's now asleep. Yeah, not really loving the Malamar. Sorry. I don't see what the point of Side Vision is. Sure, gives you hand information, because then your opponent's going to draw that card off the top of their deck. It gives you that, but what else can it give you? What is the reason this is on a stage 1 and not a basic? On a basic, maybe you play it. On a stage 1, probably not, right? Yeah, sorry, Malamar. Salandit, sorry. 1 darkness energy, suffocating gas, 10 damage. 2 energy, 1 darkness, 1 colorless, 30 damage. Okay. That's fine. Salazizzle. 1 darkness energy, suffocating gas, 40 damage. 2 energy, darkness and colorless, gentle slap, 70 damage. No, not interested at all. And that's it for darkness Pokemon. We finished that. Awesome. Hopefully you guys have found some dark Pokemon that interest you. I'm going to quickly scroll back through. Absol, Houndoom, mostly because of the Houndour, and Charizard. Charizard is probably the best card in the set. Probably going to be the next best deck, right? So far, that's my guess. But Houndoom and Absol are also good. It's sad that it's nothing but Pokemon EX that I think are good out of the Dark type, but at least there's some good ones, right? I'm not struggling to come up with them. They're just the obvious ones that are good. So let me know down in the comments, what cards are you going to be playing with, put in your decks, and are there any synergies that maybe I missed? Let me know in the comments. Go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the rest of my set review, and check out the Discord where you can hang out with some awesome people and have more one-on-one time with me. I don't know if that's a selling point. Anyways, until next time, keep playing Jank.